Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm doing a very vulnerable video. For what reason, I don't know, man, but we're gonna get into it. So yeah, I'm going to talk about my high school with the level of importance. First I'm gonna talk about friends. Look at my nails, so cute. I know. We're gonna talk about friends, we're gonna talk about my mental health, we're gonna talk about education. I already wrote this down, guys, because I needed this video to go straightforward, because sometimes I lose track of my words. Okay, yeah, basically that's what I was saying. Then I'm going to talk about some other things, I don't know. Okay, so yeah, guys, I had a very terrible high school experience, and like I would mainly say this about my first 4 years. I need something to hold. I would like to talk about that, like about my first 4 years. My first 4 years were hard, guys. I would not wish that on my worst enemy. And I sound like I'm exaggerating, but I'm not. And like, I can't say the name of the school because like I'm not gonna say anything too bad about the school. But okay, I'll leave some things out. But if I see that I'm saying messy stuff at the end, I'm going to remove the name of the school so that I don't like sound like I'm bashing it or anything. So for my first 4 years, I went to Midlands Christian College in Guerrero. I don't know if you guys know it, but like, yeah, that's where I went. And yeah, so let's talk about it. My first friends. We're gonna talk about friends. So yeah, I got my friends, these other friends that I'm not currently friends with anymore. So you already know how that's gonna go down. First friends from one, and like, yeah, that one was a very toxic friendship. That was a very toxic friendship, and like, it wasn't fun. It was sort of like a friendship that I had to convince myself that it was okay, that I was okay, that I was having a good time in the friendship. That's how bad it got sometimes. And like, I always felt so like, I felt so inferior all the time because like people just had like I don't know, but it wasn't a girl supporting girls type of friendship. It was always a trying to put each other down type of friendship. And I know most of the people that were in there, they know I'm not saying stuff that's foreign to people. And like, yeah, we're very toxic. Like, we had this thing that we call like, so cringe, oh my gosh, we call it like cheat sessions, where like it was sort of like bullying, guys. It was really just bullying, because I don't know, we were a lot, because I had some friends from Lusitania that I came with, and then I think 2 or 3 more girls that were added, that were in the friend group that we got from MCC the first year. So like, we had these things that we called truth sessions. We'd have them every Friday, gosh. And like, I was never on the bad end of it, because guys, I was like a serious people pleaser. And so you know how people pleasers are, you know, they're always gonna be like, and I'm also like a very kind person. So imagine a person that's mixed with people pleasing and also like she's super kind. So it was sort of like I was never on the bad end of things, because you know, people always saw me as like, nah, she's cool, she would never do that, you know. So like, would accumulate stuff for the whole week. Like, let's say someone did something to me on Monday, I would be like, on Friday nights, because our truth sessions on Friday, we'll be like, so girl, like, I don't like how you touched my underwear. Okay, why did I go straight to that? Let me talk about something else. I don't like how you like bumped into me on Monday. And then I would say it on Friday, and then it was, these truth sessions were mainly about one person. I'm gonna be very honest. Like, they'll be mainly about one specific person that would all bombard, and then next session to be one specific person. And like, it was mainly about certain people that I'm not gonna involve names in this thing, but it was mainly about 2 specific people, normally 2 or 3 people that were like normally bombarded during these sessions. But like, yeah, you already know the gist of the friendship. It was toxic. Like, always bringing each other down, laughing at each other, like I get sick to my stomach thinking about how I was actually like there. I might get emotional some parts of this video, so just bear with me. Then what? Yeah, I was okay. Then second year, why am I saying second year? I'm not in university. Whatever. Form 2, that's when we had lockdown, so it was a lot easier being friends with people not in the same place, because now it was just like talking to each other, so it wasn't really like we could be toxic to each other even if we wanted to. By the way, guys, I'm so like this because I wanted to make videos and then I just got tired, so I'm probably gonna take them tomorrow or something. What did I want to say? Yeah, lockdown, whatever. And then form 2 third term, that was probably like my hardest time. Not hardest, but it was the term that I probably realized that I think these friends might not just be good for me. Yeah, because guys, imagine coming from 8 months of not socializing with people. The only people you're socializing with are your parents, your siblings. So it's sort of like you don't really know how to socialize. So one thing that I'm going to bring up, that's the only personal thing that I'm going to put into context for this video. So I was hanging out with them, Kate and I went to school later on than other people because of our own situation. Guys, when I got there, guys, my own friend group straight up to my face, they were not joking. Only.Kaylyn, you're so boring. Yes, girl, you are boring, my sister. Okay. And like, this is supposed to be like energetic, but I can't even be energetic thinking about this because like I was so sad, guys. I felt so sad. Okay, I felt so sad during these 4 years of my life, but whatever. And Bye, you were one of those. She's literally my soulmate, so I can literally say her name for this, but I'm not gonna say anyone else's name. Remember, you were one of them. I remember you clearly saying that as well, but you are forgiven, my child. You are forgiven. I don't really care. But it was so like hurtful. Now imagine people saying that straight up to your face, and now imagine the other things that I'm not bringing up that was said that I probably don't even remember, but because they were not as significant to me. But that's just basically the gist of our friendship. It was based off of like bringing each other down. I don't think there's a time where we ever made each other feel stronger than we actually were. Like I don't want my child to ever go through that, but you never know people's experiences. I was meant to go through that. We were all meant to go through that. This is just my personal story. I don't know what the other girls went through, so like I can't speak on behalf of them. And then form 3. Yeah, form 3. Guys, when I tell you like end of form 2, beginning of form 3, because form 3 there was also lockdown for like 3 months. Guys, I was genuinely like searching. I'm not even joking, guys. I would be searching. I would be like looking at every friend group in form 3, and I'll be like, would I fit into that friend group? Then I'll be like, but it would be hard to integrate, or maybe we just wouldn't get along. Guys, I'm not even joking. I don't think I've ever said this out loud. I was genuinely searching for people to hang out with because I was like, I can't stay in this friend group for the rest of my life. Because guys, I felt so sick all the time. I felt so small. I always felt like crying, like, and I can't say like they were not no parts of our friendship that they were fun sometimes. We had jokes. I don't know, even we're a lot of guys, we're bullies. We're bullies, guys. It wasn't fun, and like that was what was funny. The only personal stuff that I could talk to the friend group about was probably like boy stuff, but vulnerable stuff, hey, you never catch me, guys. I feel so sad. Anyway, what did you? Please, what are you saying? You're sad. Like it was so sad. Like okay. Then form 3. from the beginning of the year, we were not at school because of lockdown. But when we did go back, like I was really just searching for new friends. But I was still like staying in my friend group because I was honestly, I think it was mainly a thing of feeling like I was scared to. I was scared to be alone. Although like Wimbai was really there for me because like we clicked the most about certain things. I don't even know what we talk about, guys. We're just mentally unstable. So I don't really know what we're talking about, but like that girl was with me, and like at least she was one person that I knew I can actually maybe be vulnerable with. So I can't completely say that it was completely horrible. But yeah, like it was just a terrible experience just being in that friendship. Why am I shaking? Is this trauma? Maybe I'm reliving those moments because I was not okay. Then third term from the I think that's when things started to turn around a little bit in my friendship because like Bimbai also started wanting to leave, and I was like, girl, what do you mean you wanna leave? And she's like, I wanna leave, and I'm like, I've been wanting to leave. So fortunately we became friends with Elaine again. She became friends with Elaine again, and since I was always with them by like I started hanging out with her. If you guys don't know Elaine, like how do you not know Elaine? Period. How do you not know her? Because the people probably watching this video are probably from my school or whatever. We were friends with her from one, but things happened and she actually left that group, which I'm so happy that she left our friend group, guys. I'm so happy that she found freedom, guys. She was able to escape from that because it just went from bad to worse over the years, and I was so happy for her. I was like, girl, you escaped. Thank you for doing that for yourself. And like, you know, God's timing is always right. Like maybe he just didn't want us to be friends at that time because he wanted us to experience things. And then yeah, third term from that's when we started becoming friends with Elaine's friends. Why am I saying Elaine's friends? Like they're my friends still, like to this day. And that's where Mungai was, like TK was, and like they are cool people, and like I genuinely didn't know that I could click with people in a different way and still and actually feel safe in a friendship. Yeah, I felt so safe, and I can't say like we were the most perfect people and with no problems or whatever, but like I was genuinely happy. Because I was happy for the first time in my high school life, which is so sad. Because why did it have to take 2.5 years to actually finally feel like I was something? And like from 3, that's when I started getting like serious anxiety. I had anxiety for 2 straight years and I didn't know what it was, guys. Let me actually search up the symptoms before like I just say stuff. Yeah, guys, I had anxiety. Oh, and trouble concentrating or making decisions. Feeling irritable, tense or restless. Experience nausea, abdominal distress, having heart palpitations. That's pretty accurate. Sweating, trembling, shaking, trouble sleeping. I genuinely felt this on a daily basis, but I didn't know what it was. Yeah. Okay. Guys, look at my wallpaper. It's for my guys, I've had this wallpaper since form 4. This girl guy. Guys, my dad saw it the other day and he had a jump scare. He's like, "What's that?" And I'm like, "It's been by." Okay, let's continue. Okay, what was I saying? Okay. Yeah, like I clearly still get emotional about it because I was not okay. And like I've never talked about it to anyone. Yeah, I've never talked about it to anyone. Maybe I need to, because I was not okay, guys. Like, and I think I was so good at hiding it. I think I was so good at hiding it because like I got good at hiding stuff with my smile. I think I love my smile, but it hides a lot. It hides a lot of things, and like, yeah. Let me just continue with what I was saying. Then I got new friends, and I felt secure, somewhat secure for the first time since even primary. I didn't feel that secure. So no, I kind of did, I guess, with one of my friends in primary school. She was at my back. What was I saying? Yeah, got new friends. Things started to turn around a little bit. Not with my mental health. My mental health was still terrible. But even though my mental health was bad at that time because of my past experiences, I felt like I had more support than I'd ever had. And I actually felt like bettering myself. And when you find yourself wanting to better yourself in a friendship, know that you're in a good place. Because I started finding myself like wanting to be more confident. That's when I actually started doing public speaking. Is it? Yeah. Which Kaylyn would never have done. Kaylyn and that old friendship would never have done because I was so scared of being laughed at. Or be like, "Kaylyn, why did you say that?" You know? Because it was that type of friendship. But in this one, like, I did public speaking and I felt so proud of myself. Like, and I was trying to better myself, actually trying to do clubs that I enjoyed, not because I was following other people, but because I was genuinely just trying to look for stuff that I liked. Then form 4 was an interesting year. I can't say I had the most things happened to me in form 4, but I was the most settled I'd ever been because I felt secure for the first time. And I still had like terrible anxiety because you can't just heal from like a term of something new. So I was still battling that, but I don't think I ever told anyone that. I never told anyone. I think I only realized that I had like super bad anxiety in those years later on when I was now in lower 6, and like I didn't feel like vomiting every time I woke up. I actually slept throughout the night and I didn't wake up with extreme palpitations. Like, and I was like, what? At some point I genuinely thought it was normal to feel like that, guys. If I take long pauses, I might start getting emotional. Let me not do that. Form 4. Form 4 had a lot of bad things, but it was the year that I felt the happiest because of the people that were in my life. I cut out so many people, guys. I cut out so many people because I was like, I don't want to ever feel hurt like that. And I'm probably not saying the full way, but like full thing. But let me go back a little bit. Like, also the reason I stopped being friends with them is because like with my other friends is because of like outgrowing people. And I don't want to sound like a pick me or anything, or like you outgrow something. Like genuinely was like real. Like I didn't feel like doing the things that they were doing, or like I didn't now understand why are you reacting like that to a situation. Like, imagine someone says something about you, I think the mature way to react to that, and of course you don't always have to be mature about certain situations, but now every situation you can't be like, come to me, hey, I'm not saying it wrong, let me say it, like, come at me, girl, like, say it to my face. Like, you don't always have to do that. There are certain situations where it's like, if you hear someone talking about you, you move on. And I know that sounds so dumb. That's what I do. I don't know about other people. It's either, especially if you're gossiping about me and like it doesn't really affect me, like I don't confront the situation. But then if it's like something that I've been hearing like for a long time, maybe I can be like, I just sit down with you and I'll be like, hey girl, like, you know, like, I have a flu, guys. You know, like, what you said about me, like, you know, it's not even just about gossiping about stuff, but like, just the way you react to such situations makes me see right through you and like determines what type of person you are in my eyes. And like, yeah, that's also the reason I had to leave, because like I felt like I really outgrown the friendship, and that's okay. So back to what I was saying, Form 4 was okay, and like the end of the year was, it was filled with so much drama, and like I really do blame myself for, I can say like half of the things that happened, but then the extra stuff that was there, it was very unnecessary. Part of it at some point felt like bullying, and I know some people may hear this and be like, girl, what do you mean? Like, I'm saying it from my experience. So if you have something to say about it, then you have your own narration. Then you can have your own narration. This is my narration of the whole situation. The moment you start making me trying to, is that even English? What am I saying? The moment you want to make me feel delusional about the things I'm saying, that's when we have a problem. That's when we have a, like, making me feel delusional about certain things that I'm saying. Because guys, let me put you in this scenario. I have A and I have B. I'm A. I tell B something because B is my close friend or my close person at that time. And B comes to you and they say stuff that is actually the truth. Then you, because B is the opposite sex, you can't talk to B. Duh, we have to blame A because I told B. So now you want to come and you want to bring 25,000 people to tell A something, because you can't just do it on your own. You can't just do it on your own. You have to bring in the whole gang and be like, you're wrong. Why are you not talking to B? Why are you not talking to B? Why are you not talking to B? Because they're the other gender. That does not work with me. Let's not be sexist, guys. If you have a problem, then come to both of us. Come to both of us and be like, hey man, like, I don't like what you did. And maybe I was an easy target because you know me, like I'm very quiet about certain things. If something happens, I don't confront things, guys. I'm not confrontational at all. I move on with my life. And maybe that's what made me an easy target for you to come and... Okay, guys, it's the next day. And yesterday, I think I was being too polite. I was being way too polite. So let's get into it. First of all, the reason I told this person, remember B, we said B. The reason I told B what I told B is because B was involved in the situation. So of course I had to tell B. That was just how it was supposed to be. Because if someone is involved in something and I know something, then I'm going to tell them. That's just how things work. I don't know how things work in your, you get what I mean? Like, I don't know how it works. But if I really don't want you guys to know what I'm talking about. But I'm just gonna say significant other. Like, I don't know how it works in your little thingies, but that's how it works in mine. I share information, and that's how it works. And it's that person's choice to decide what they're gonna do with that information. I have no right to be like, no, you can't react like this, because they are also feeling certain things. So they're allowed to react the way they want to react. Okay? So what? They react the way they want to react. And then some other things that would happen before. So now, when you want to come to me, Kaylyn, instead of that person, to talk about the things that were said, that he said, not me, and maybe some other things that we had already cleared up, by the way. So I don't know why we were having this whole session. For you to call me, for people to call me and be like, Kaylyn, come. We want to talk to you, and bring 2 of your other friends. Do you know why? Because we want to have a sweet little conversation. So you need to bring your 2 close friends, you know? Guys, let me tell you something. If you have a situation with someone, and clearly you're gossiping about that person, the least you can do is take the people that are actually in the situation, and you go to that person. You don't make me come into your gossip room with 50 other people that are not involved in the situation. You don't make me come there so that you 2 can confront me. When you could have just come to me. Imimi, you could have just come to me and be like, Kaylyn, I don't like this. And then the next day, I was hoping you would be going to Ningi, but you didn't. Because why? Girls always want to bring each other down. And what? I don't know why girls don't confront guys. Guys, we all know guys do terrible things sometimes. But this situation, I didn't see it like that. So it's sort of like, okay, if you really had an issue with it, then why didn't you confront the person that said the things? Okay? Because from my knowledge, I was the only one that was confronted when there are 2 people in this thing. But it's fine. Because no, it's not fine. This whole situation, I think I just let it go. And I really held my mouth during that whole sweet conversation with people that are like my sisters. From what I heard, from what someone said, hands, I'm like a sister to them. I don't know if that's how you treat your sisters, but hey. So it was still like, what am I even saying? I lost track of my words. But I really just held my mouth. Because I had so much on my shoulder. And guys, I was just trying to go home. Guys, my anxiety was off the charts. 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 Those 3 weeks. Guys, it was off the charts. I was like, my goodness. Well, my advice to people is, if you really want to go the mature route with things, you have a mature conversation with that person without 20 other people. Because that's why I look at it as bullying. Because there's no way in your right mind you look at someone, you claim to see someone as your sister. And you want to better them, or you genuinely want to have a conversation with them. But you bring them in a room with 10 other people that are not involved in the conversation, that obviously are not gonna be on my side if I say something. I was set up to fail. That's just how it was. And then in the end, you ask me if we're good. Are you okay? Are we good? No, we're not good. But I'm gonna say we're good. Do you know why? Because I want to go home. I don't want to be interacting with people. No, we're not good. We are far from good. That's what guys, if you had been in my mind that day. But I think that's finally what I had to say. I've never said this out loud. I think just saying it out loud really, really just helps. Saying it out loud. And I'm never gonna find myself in a compromising situation like that. But if I am, I'm gonna stand my ground, because hopefully by then I won't have anything over my shoulder. that I need to protect. Okay, so that's what I had to say. And yeah, that's one of the reasons it was a terrible experience for me. And I'm not in the right, of course. I have a lot of things I didn't do so well, but that's not a reason to persecute someone. Amen. I don't know. It's okay. At the end of the day, it's like, I know a lot of people don't understand what I'm talking about. I'm probably just sounding crazy right now. For the people that know, they know. But, I've moved on from whatever happened. And, like, yeah, my friendships, yeah, I think that's why till this day I keep because I have a very tiny circle. And if you find yourself in it, you are a very special person. I have a very tiny circle, and because I cut off every single person end of Form 4 except for like 4 people, 3 girls and 1 guy. Those are the only people I didn't cut off from my life. And even to this day, like even at my new school, I made sure I didn't talk. Okay, I did talk to people because now I actually felt very like secure when I went to convent from lower 6 and upper 6, because like, yeah, I was in a new environment and I didn't feel like I always had to be watching over my back because something is about to happen, or I don't know, guys. Yeah, I'm happy with my friends now, and I'm trying to keep it that way. But high school traumatized me, whatever. Let's talk about education now. This story just drains me. This whole high school experience, it really just drains me. Education wise, I wasn't the smartest. I think people that were with me in primary school now, but and Form 1 and Form 2 I was still the same. Like I was still trying to get the grasp, but why is my English sounding like that? Grasp of things, whatever. But I stopped making myself the victim of my circumstances, and I'm like, Kaylyn, the truth is you might have to work twice as hard as other people, and that's okay. That is okay. Life is unfair, babes. Life is really unfair, and you just have to deal with it. So I dealt with it, and let me tell you, the girl did something. Third term, Form 3, Form 4, I was now in Set 2, hey? From Set 3s in Form 1 and Form 2. Clap hands for the girl. And like, I was way more confident in my skills. I was way more confident in myself. And I think that's what helped me get to where I am today, where I can just feel confident in doing stuff. Even just posting, guys. Posting takes a lot. And I definitely wouldn't have posted anything Form 1, Form 2 me because of the people I was around. So just find stuff that builds your confidence, whether it be confidence in walking in front of people, build it. Walk in front of people as much as you have to build that confidence. Whether it's eating in front of people, build that confidence. Eat in front of people every single day until you build that confidence, because you need it, girl or boy. Because even boys go through this stuff, guys. But yeah, I got somewhere, and like even till today, like I'm still, I know that I still have to work twice as hard as other people to get the same mark, but I'm still gonna do it because I'm not trying to have that victim mindset that, oh my gosh, God, how can you do this to me? Oh my gosh, like what's done is done. You are created now. What you just have to do is make a way. And that's what I'm gonna do, and that's what I'm gonna keep doing. That's what I did. So yeah, I feel like I'm skipping a lot of things, but that's mainly because I don't want to get into too many things. I don't want to get too messy or like too deep about things. But what I just have to say is that all I had to say about high school. Yeah, my high school was mainly terrible because of friends. Oh, in the school. Okay, I was in a very toxic environment. Because you know, when people are in an environment where they're being hurt, they're gonna do their best to also hurt other people. So hurt people, and that's how the school system was from 1 to 4. And it was just suffocating. I felt so locked up. I felt so suffocated every single day, like I was struggling to breathe. Like I had to find a way to breathe. I had to find peace within myself because I knew I couldn't get that peace elsewhere. I couldn't get it around me because the system just pushed me to be this person that always felt like I had to protect myself. And that's not the way you should live. You should feel safe in the environment you're in, guys. Which is something no one even had to tell me because everyone was going through their own stuff at that school, guys. And I can tell you 3/4 of the people probably still have trauma from that place. Though the people I learned with, people that I still keep in contact with till today. And it's whatever. So I had to leave. Form 4, even if I had to become a homeschooled, I had to leave. There was no way. So yeah, in relationships, I don't want to talk about that on the internet. So yeah, it was cool though. But yeah, next segment is gonna be with kids or other people. I don't really know. I feel like I'm missing some things, and if I do miss some things, I'm going to come back and I'm going to add to this. It might be a very long video, but it's whatever. So I hope you guys never have to experience what I experienced or what my other girls experienced that they don't talk about, because people have a lot of trauma that they don't talk about. Because like, who are you talking to it about? Like, deal with your stuff. But that's not how it's supposed to be, of course. If I'm gonna continue this video, I'm gonna do another one. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye. Okay, I don't think I talked about the school enough, guys. Guys, that school is traumatizing, guys. Physically, mentally, emotionally, nally, because like, I can tell you, like, my form 1, like, I think what mainly traumatized me was like the prefects, and like, I think how sexist the system was. Guys, if you're sexist, guys, then I'm going to hate you for the rest of my life. Guys, I hate sexist people. I hate it so much. Like, why am I and the guy not getting the same treatment? Guys, I will hate you for the rest of my life. Because I feel like things need to be fair. And that's the only like topic I'm gonna touch on in terms of like feminism. But that's the one thing that I will fight for, okay? So like, yeah, the Form 1 prefects, they were like super bad. So I think Form 1 and Form 3, I think, was the worst. Because like, I think I just have to share some advice. Like, I feel like the only reason it was so bad was because people were hurt from their own past experiences. And they were like, we want to hurt these people as well. But it's like, if you are hurt, then shouldn't your goal be to change that for the next generation? Because I doubt Betty, who's in Form 1, hurt you. It was probably Abigail from 2014 that hurt you. But now, because Betty It's a small little for money. You want to be like, yeah, you were Betty. You're going to suffer because Abigail made me suffer. Ah, my dear. Yeah, that's what I had to add about the school. But the school was, I think that was like 51% the reason I got anxiety. Because I was always watching over, trying not to get punished, trying not to feel like angry every time something sexist happened, or like, and then 49% the friendship stuff. But yeah, that's what I have to say. I don't think the segment with the girls is coming. I feel like I might put that in a completely different video. Otherwise, this video is gonna be like an hour. Yeah, I'll see how I'm feeling. But yeah.